Yes, there have been deaths. There was one recently because of somebody working outside as an electrical worker doing electrical repairs.
The heat here in central Louisiana is already taking a toll this summer.
Now the problem is, of course, that your heat indices are horrible, and this is terrible to work outside, and then people lose their electricity, they lose their air conditioning, and then they find themselves in a very precarious situation, mostly very young children and very older people, plus those who have to work outside.
Dr. David Holcomb, medical director of the Louisiana Office of Public Health, says people are at risk of both heat exhaustion, heat stroke, and even death.
Heat exhaustion is like the first stage, and that's where people start sweating profusely, and they feel like they're getting hot, and at that point you really need to start drinking water and rest and so forth. But the real danger is heat stroke, and at that point the people stop sweating and they become very tachycardic. They have fast heart rate, and they can become confused, so they really don't realize what's happening. And those people can actually die.
For those that work outside, like recent Louisiana Christian University biology graduate Matthew Delry, the recent temperatures make things a little more difficult.
I think the biggest worry is that there's a lot of older guys on job sites, and they think they're young guys still. They think they can handle the heat, and it's just not the same anymore. A lot of them are taking medicine for high blood pressure, and that causes a frequent release of more liquid from the body. And so they're getting much more dehydrated, A, because it's hot, and B, because of the medicine that they're taking. And so it's very important to be careful, especially for the older guys.
Working during the hardest part of the day is no longer an option because of the heat.
I think the best way to counter it, honestly, is not doing it. And I know that sounds funny, but getting up early and getting a head start on the job so you can get off the job site earlier is usually the way to go.
Knowing how to counter the heat can help you survive this hot season.
Well, of course, don't go out and go working in your garden when it's 100 plus degrees and 100 excessive heat indices. It's just not a good idea. And so adequate hydration, remaining in the shade, loose-fitting clothing, and then if you don't have air conditioning, at least fans. Because fans actually are highly effective and they're not costly.
Stay out of the heat as much as possible and stay hydrated. Brandon Brown, ABC 31 News, that works for you.